contract extensions, and we know he wants that. They've redid a lot of guys' contract. Aaron Rodgers wasn't one of them. And hold on, what they just the other day they said they don't talk about individual players?
Yeah.
The foreseeable future. Well, Kyle Shanahan just said we don't know what's going to happen on Sunday, and y'all talk about foreseeable future. You took a quarterback in the first round. That told Aaron Rodgers, because Aaron Rodgers was Jordan Love 15 years ago, Skip. Do they realize that?
Yep.
That's what Aaron Rodgers was 15 years ago, Jordan Love. I don't know why they continuously talk about it, Skip. I don't know who they're trying to make feel good, but Aaron Rodgers says, if I'm going to be your quarterback for the foreseeable future, this is what I need. I need X, Y, and Z. First of all, I need a contract extension. And I need you guys to stop drafting players that can't help us win right now.
Yep.
If you look at most teams, Skip, they draft a player. They're not drafting players that's going to help them, especially if you believe you are a contender. You go to the NFC Championship game. You go to the AFC Championship game. You're not drafting players that's going to help you 2-3 years from now. You're trying to get somebody that's going to help you get over the hump right now. Green Bay drafted a player that helped them do absolutely nothing. Aaron Rodgers said, what are y'all doing? I know I played at a high level. I mean, the guy just threw for 48-4, 48 touchdowns, 4 picks, got to his second NFC Championship game. Normally, like I said, Skip, I remember it happened. 91, we got to the AFC Championship game, lost to Buffalo 10-7. First pick of the draft the next year, Dan Reed selects Tommy Maddox. Let's just say John Elway wasn't very thrilled with that. And we're going to leave it at that.
Okay.
I just don't get why I've heard their general manager, Green Bay general manager, and Mark Murphy, I've heard them talk more. They almost are cut from the Jerry Jones cloth. Because sometimes I think they like hearing themselves talk. It's not about you. Nobody want to hear from you. Nobody want to hear from Mark Murphy. They want to talk about that guy. And what can you do to help him? That's what did Tampa do, Skip? They had Mike Evans. They had Gronk. They had Cameron Braid. They had Chris Godwin. They went and got Antonio Brown. They ain't going to get no another quarterback. What the hell a quarterback going to do for me? I need somebody to go help me right now. You see what they did? They go get players on the defensive side of football that's going to help them right now. Aaron Rodgers said, get good somebody that's going to help me right now instead of drafting for 2023 and 2024.
By the way, quick point of order on the statement you just made. Mark Murphy plus Gutekunst combined in the last season, they spoke 1/1,000,000th of the words that Jerry Jones spoke publicly. But I got it. I know your point, but it's not even in the same. It's not in the same universe with what
Jerry's a great orator, Skip. You know I did.
But they don't have their own radio gig.
No,
they
don't.
And they don't hold press conferences after every game.
No.
That can go on for like an hour.
Or talk to the team before the game.
They don't do that. Okay. Back to your man, Aaron Rodgers. It is clear to me that this was no ringing endorsement of Aaron Rodgers because when he says he's going to be our quarterback for the foreseeable future, to Packers management, foreseeable future is tomorrow.
Right.
That's it.
Yes.
Period. End of story. Because they still have preserved every potential out. They owe Aaron Rodgers zero more guaranteed money. They have not redone a penny of it.
Right.
Which would help their salary cap, number one. It could be, I'll scratch your back, you scratch mine.
Right.
But they don't want to scratch his back because they want to hold their options in the palms of their hands so that at any moment that they want to part ways with Aaron Rodgers, they will be capable of parting ways.
Well, they say, Aaron, you the one that caused us the itch. So why we want to scratch your back? Because you caused us to grief.
Okay. So they took Jordan Love because they were pretty much done with Aaron Rodgers after, this is obviously 2 years ago.
Right.
That year they went 13-3 and shocked the world, but none of us read too much into 13-3 because we all thought it was an overrated 13-3. Even you thought that they were not that good of a team. And they went to San Francisco and just got bum rushed off that field there.
Right.
And Aaron Rodgers had a QBR in that game of 33 on a scale of 0 to 100. So by his standards, he stunk up that game.
He didn't play well.
Okay. And they did too. As a team, they just got annihilated by that, especially by the 49ers rushing attack. So here we came into this past season. They had drafted Jordan Love, and they were ready. I think they were chomping, ready to try to get Jordan Love in some games if the team started to teeter. And what happened? The team did not teeter because Aaron Rodgers had the greatest year of his career.
Right.
So I say kudos to him. I tip my cap that I'm not wearing right now to Aaron Rodgers because That was an answer.
Right.
That was a response.
Yes.
That was a Hall of Fame response.
Yes.
To a guy getting drafted to sit behind you that you buried on the depth chart because you had a runaway MVP season.
Correct.
And I honor that. I am in awe of how he played last year until the game. And the game was he finally got a home NFC Championship game on the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field. They were, I'm not going to say prohibited, but they were heavily favored to win that game.
Favorite, 4 or 5.
Yeah, but it was their game, and he was very confident all week talking about, my dream finally came true. I got my game. And then we got to the fourth quarter, and you know the rest of the story. In that fourth quarter, he was 4 of 11 for 54 yards. Not terrible, but the sequence that changed life in Green Bay that they're still gnashing teeth about was, with 2:22 left, they get it 1st and goal at the 8-yard line. And you know what happens? He missed Lazard. He was the intended. I don't know who the ball was to on 1st down, but it was just some pass that went to nobody. And then he tried Devontae, and his young head coach said, I think I'm out here. So here are these throws. This is the 2nd and goal. And he missed Devontae in the back. And this is the one where you thought he should have just kept on keeping on. He's got a shot. He's got a shot. He'd have to outrun JPP to the goal line. Yeah. And you thought he could. It would have been close. Yes. It might have been a collision, but he had a shot.
Yes.
And then he forced a throw across his body to Devontae, who was just snuffed at the goal line. He was just completely suffocated, and it didn't work. And his coach gave up on him on 4th and goal from the 8. And just said, I'm out, I'm taking the field goal. And at that time, the score was 31-23, so that made it 31-26. They give the ball back to Brady, and that was the end of that game. So they lost 31-26. And I think that is still sticking in the craw of Packers management because that dropped Aaron to 1-4 in championship games.
Skip, I think the thing that makes them look worse is that they took a quarterback, and the quarterback that you want to replace won the MVP. Now, here's the thing. If you trade Jordan Love, you will admit that you made a mistake. But here's the thing. What's the value? No one has seen him play. Nobody knows if he's any good. Skip, who's to say that he was going to be a first-round pick? Because he was falling. A lot of people thought he was going to go top 10 and top 15. He was sliding down. He was almost out of. He was at the bottom of the first.
Before he was the Trey Lance of last year's draft.
Right. And so he was sliding. Green Bay came up to get him at 26. So there's no guarantee that you could have just sat there and he fell in your lap. But my thing is that quarterbacks look at it. How can you help us win? Brady says, I'm willing to take pay cuts, but only if you're willing to surround me with people that can help me win right now. Brady was never worried about tomorrow. He was never worried, can you help me win today? Coach Belichick, Skip, and he didn't do a great job of drafting the greatest of players, but he always went into the free agent market. He got him a Wes Welker. He got him a Danny Amendola. He got him a Randy Moss. You look at the defensive guys that he signed year after year. So he was like, I'm not trying to build. And I think that's the thing that I love the best about Coach Belichick. Coach Belichick will admit he made a mistake. He ain't trying to, we're going to figure it out. We'll find a place for him to play. Coach Belichick, not on my watch. I made a mistake with these two tight ends I drafted last year in the 3rd round, Skip. Let me go get me some guys that can play football. I made a mistake with the wide receiver that I took in the 1st round 2 years ago. Man, let me go get me a wide receiver.
He overpaid for all 4 of those guys you're talking about, to me, especially 3 of them, the 2 tight ends for sure, but at least he plugged holes.
Sometimes, Skip, you have to overpay for mistakes that you made.
I got it.
He made them.
He did. Okay, so right now, because Aaron Rodgers won the MVP, he is holding them hostage, and they feel like they're being held hostage. And then he rubs their nose in it this offseason by campaigning openly.
This is Jeopardy.
That is correct. He is campaigning to become the permanent host of Jeopardy.
Right.
And he says, well, I've done the math on the days I put in Green Bay, which I'm sure they're like, you're punching the clock. You're actually counting the days that you're going to give us.
Count them.
You know, and it only takes 46 days a year to tape. How many would you tape a day? 2 or 3 a day, or whatever it is.
I think you said 46.
46 total days.
Yeah. So you're doing what? Somewhere between 3 to 5 a day?
Okay, but they would like you to be focused on getting ready for the next season. You know, they would like you to be all in on being the Packers franchise
I am
quarterback.
all in, but y'all bull jiving. Y'all the one that got me. Y'all can get rid of me, and it won't really cost you but a couple of $1 million. So
Yeah.
I need you guys all in. Skip the same thing with Tony Romo. Tony Romo said, you know, I can come back and be a backup. I might go get a starter. Or you know what? I can talk a lot longer than I can play football. Aaron Rodgers like, hold on. Y'all bull jiving. Let's just say I play another 3 to 5 years. This could be a 20-year commitment at 8 figures.
Okay, but what always drove me the craziest about Tony Romo in the offseason?
He tried to play golf.
He would try to qualify for the U.S. Open. It's impossibly hard.
Yeah, you know.
It takes so much time. It takes so much practice. It takes so many practice rounds
Right.
to get your game in that kind of shape. And he's got golf talent as we continue to
Skip,
see.
he missed the cut by 11. He missed the cut. He can't make no cut. Skip, that's what they do.
Played in a Corn Ferry.
Yeah, you saw it. Even after the Eagle.
He eagled the first hole he played.
Yeah, and
chipped in on a par 5.
And was, 15, 16 strokes behind.
Okay, well, it's like Steph Curry. He tries to play in these events, and you're just not good. You're really good by my standards,
Yeah.
but you're not good by
By
their
the-
standards.
You saw Phil Mickelson and Charles Barkley beat the brakes off Steph and Peyton.
Okay, but Steph played really well in that.
Yeah,
I thought
Skip,
I was impressed.
He ain't no pro.
No, he's
That's
not a
just
pro.
like somebody off the street. Oh, he can really shoot. He can't shoot like Steph Curry.
Okay, I got it. But right now, Aaron is driving them crazy because they say we need more bang for our big bucks with the quarterback because he's 7-8 in the postseason since that long ago, far away.
Well, he said,
Super Bowl.
everybody said, hold on. Do you remember what your season was like between Bart Starr and Brett Favre? Do you remember what that was like? Do you want to go back to that? Because you was named Title Town and you wasn't even close to winning a title in those years.
Okay.
So that's 20 plus years between Bart Starr and Brett Favre. Are you trying